Hi there, my name is Jane and I'm a watercolor artist, and in this video I will show you a few ways to create interesting watercolor effects. To use these techniques, you don't really need fancy art supplies or anything. They are very easy and they can really enrich your painting and give it more visual interest. Also, they can suggest textures such as animal fur, frost, foliage, clouds, and so on. You are probably familiar with some of them, but let's see what we can do with them. For the first one, we will be using clean water. Paint a watercolor wash and let it sit for about 2 minutes. Then add a few drops of clean water next to each other. Let it dry and that's that. So simple! I love painting clouds or portrait backgrounds with this technique. The tricky part is only how long should you wait before adding water, because this depends on the type of paper you use. Student grade paper dries faster than cotton paper, so if you are using a professional one, you might need to wait a bit longer. The other effect is a very popular watercolor trick with salt. Paint a watercolor wash and sprinkle some kitchen salt on top of it and voila! Let it sit and dry. Make sure you use salt right away and that your wash is really watery. You can also experiment with different kinds of salt as they give you different results on every type of paper. Next effect I will show you today is similar to the first one, except instead of clean water, you will use alcohol. Add few drops of it into your wash, preferably also let the wash sit for a bit beforehand, and you will see what kind of magic happens. This particular effect is one of my favorites lately. I put it everywhere I can, especially in the background or even as a clothing pattern when you are into creating portraits. So it's only up to you, however you want to use it. Just experiment with it and have fun. For the next effect I will be using texture medium. You can get it in a local art store probably for around €7, so not very expensive. You should mix the medium with your watercolor paint, which makes the paint much thicker. So when you paint a wash, you should be able to grab a tissue and use it as a stamp to create this kind of texture. For the last effect, I will be using granulation medium. Granulation is something that some pigments do naturally, but adding granulation medium enhances this effect. Basically, it looks like a rough texture. I often use it to suggest animal fur or anywhere I need to paint a rough surface to an object. Granulation medium is actually a cheaper way to get your paints to granulate. There is also another way, and that is to purchase granulating paints. I use Daniel Smith brand that have granulating paint, so you don't have to mix anything. You can just use the paint straight from the tube and it already granulates. Here are all 5 of our effects together, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that it inspired you to try some of these at home. There are many ways to use these in your paintings, so find your own way and have fun with it. Also, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more watercolor related videos. I'll see you next week. Bye bye!